Welcome back to the channel, gamers, for episode 3 of Hellblade. Last time we left off, we defeated our first Norse god, Valravn, the god of illusions. However, I thought it was important to kind of start this episode piggybacking off of a point I was trying to make at the end of the previous episode. There's something that I do as a gamer that has benefited me in a substantial way. You could take it or leave it, but I thought it was important to bring it up to you guys because I really want to approach this channel as a gamer first and a content creator second. What I mean by that is every game I play, depending on what it is, but the majority of games I play, I always am a staunch believer in replaying the first 2 hours of gameplay or the first 2 sessions. Not only to really understand what the story is trying to communicate, because when you first jump into a game, it's so much to take in, even in the most basic sense. But secondly, to understand the combat system. The more fluid I am with my character and the abilities the game is trying to communicate, you know, the experience is capable of, the more fun I have. So with that being said, I kind of wanted to rewind and address combat situations that we've experienced before and bring up what I learned, because I learned a lot. Okay, so this is the first example I want to bring up when it's more focused on a single combat experience, meaning one person in front of you and you don't really have to manage a crowd. I felt like there could be more aggression brought to our gameplay, and when I replayed this level, I found out I was right. There is way more we can do with our character as far as pursuing them on our terms, which I think is important because spacing is everything in this game, which we found out before. We can institute more melee attacks, and what the melee attacks do in this game is like bring a stun element to your enemy, and not only does that help you get in more combo work, but it also gives you the ability to control a crowd better, which is what our second example is going to be about. All right, let's start off with this aggressive melee attack that I fell in love with. Flying knee. Second most important is there's a parry system. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but finding out these two things and bringing into the combination of our gameplay, I'm just gonna send it home right now what your combat could truly be capable of. Boom. Easy finisher. Now, I did find out after a stun move, I like to lead with the heavy sword attacks and then follow it up by quick strikes, because it's easier to evade out of a quick strike, giving you more space to, you know, just manage a crowd or manage your opposition better. I also found out that there is a pretty good distance you can start your melee attacks to lead into combat. So like right there, like you can start way far out. So you really get the upper hand on enemies as far as your point of engagement, which is so paramount, I think. The parry is a timing window, just like any other game. So if I'm holding block, it's really gonna more absorb the attack, which is good for some instances, but I would consider that more of like a get out of jail free card. Like maybe you didn't time the parry right, but you might want to hold the block just so you don't take any damage. I'll show you what that's like. So really, it's like one of our melee attacks where it stuns us. So we kind of want to avoid getting stunned, but if all else fails, it could give you a chance to, you know, avoid damage. Now let's put this all together to see how seamless we can really take these enemies. Right there. Like in one engagement, I took care of an enemy like straight up in full. Instead of managing a crowd, you could really eliminate opposition, so you just have more room to breathe in the future. All right, so now we're going to be working into our second example, and I thought I would bring this in tandem with how the first boss fight could have went if we understood our character better. But I'm not really being too critical of myself because, like I said, I go through this process with every game, but I am going to be more critical about how I approach bosses and multiple enemies crowd control in the future, since I have this understanding of what our character is truly capable of given what we understand now. All right, let's try to combine these skills and really bring the pain to the enemy. Parry, Heavy attack, flying knee. Boom. No space. Block projectile, pursue, flying knee, pain, pain. Parry. Bam, bam, flying knee, heavy. Block projectile. Look, first phase already over, just like that. Could have been that easy, gamers. Boom. Let's handle 2. Go in, switch, flying knee, heavy. Switch, knee. Ooh, I got caught there. That's all right. I was getting a little greedy. Not saying I'm perfect. Parry, boom, boom. Knee, switch. Going in. Round 2. Let's get in there. Just bring in the pain. Not intimidated anymore. Boom. Heavy. Projectile coming in. Didn't get to parry it, but it's still left us in a better state than we were last time. Bam. Knee. Pursue. We are just bringing the pain down on this dude. Coming in. Heavy. Melee. Boom, boom. Just not even remotely intimidated by this guy anymore. Phase 2 over. Back to enemies. Let's really try to cut loose here. Parry. Bam. Bam. No damage. Didn't go the way I wanted to. But we're still in the fight. Bam. Switch. Space. Switch back. Melee. Bam. We are just not intimidated at all. The more knowledge we gain, the more we'll feel free to enjoy just what this game is trying to have us enjoy. Let's get in the middle. Switch. Melee, open that block up. Heavy, heavy. Disengage. Parry. Switch. Melee. Melee. Heavy, heavy. We're just feeling good. Break that block. I mean, just bring the pain. Round 3. Let's finish this dude. Bam. We just don't care. Not threatened at all. Throw in those melees in between. Parry. Fast, fast. Melee. Heavy attacks. We're just fighting the enemy on our own terms. Bam. Easy as that, gamers. What we learned in the replay, to me, not only enhances my experience of the game, but my enjoyment of the combat system. Now we're getting back into the story. So, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we vanquished Valravn, even more so on that second little playthrough we went to after we understand the combat more thoroughly. We did encounter a shielded Viking at the end of our last episode, which I'm sure we can apply the concepts that we just went over to more effect on whatever variety of enemies were coming up in the future. Now, I'm not saying I'm a savant and the game's going to be easy from now on, but I do feel like, you know, we are better prepared for it. So let's get back into the story.
Surtr, the fire giant, has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
So I did like in last episode how we got a little more backstory to Druth, and
the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast, was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
so like I was trying to tell you, I did like how it shed more light on Druth's past, and we actually got an interaction and a little more backstory to Senua and where she got her dark visions. So I know I was reaching for straws last time when I said the connection with psychiatrists and neuropsychologists, like she's actually mentally ill, but after replaying those first couple levels, I felt like, you know, this is more like a mythical connection to nature through her mother. So she has the ability to see things beyond like the human scope, her realm. So in the story, from what I understanding, she originally went out to the woods where she met her husband Dillion and Druth, which ended up saving her, to kind of submit these visions she was seeing that was given to her by her mother, like some hereditary inheritance of having like this foresight. So, you know, once again, it's just the benefit of replaying things, not only how you can learn more about your character and enjoy the combat experience a little more, but understand more about the story.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Okay, so, you know, I did learn that like she tends to, or at least the history kind of lays out that with her vision, she has experienced visions of her mother over the span of her life. And, you know, that scene's kind of driving home, you know, she's trying to guide her through this troubling time. Oh, Runestone.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
So another thing I felt like was a little foreshadowing. I don't know if you guys remember in episode 1 when we face our first combat enemy and we ended up coming across like those shadowy characters. I'm thinking we're gonna come across characters like that more, but now that we have the iron mirror that Druth gave us, we're gonna be using it similar to how we beat Valravn in that final stage where we have to use the mirror to take them out of the shadows, and then we could, you know, engage in some combat. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go. I don't think it's a far stretch from what we experienced, given our observations from the first episode. Oh, here we go. Everything's turning ashy. You know we're about to get in some combat. This is a pretty wide open area, actually. I'm wondering if we ever get the liberty to run around a little more. I mean, I can't even run normally, so I doubt it. It's always going to be like some kind of circular fight within a certain area. But from what that runestone just said, I think we're going to be fighting some fire giants, which will be pretty hype, right? Here we go. More combat. We know how to do it. Let's back up, see how many enemies we got going. Yeah, man. Now we're doing it. Feeling free out here. Ooh, now we got some Vikings. I think to be safe, we're gonna start with the parry. Ooh, or not. Ooh. Let's try to finish this guy off. Boom, boom. Let's go back. Wow, he ate it. It's good to know. Ah, I hesitated. Oh no. No. Ooh. I knew someone was behind me, but I couldn't change my camera. Oh, is there another one? Let's isolate him. Switch. No. Woo. Let's go in. Switch. Ooh. Get up, Senua.
Finished. He's down. Finish it.
Ooh.
Strike him.
I'm not gonna lie, it does get a little nerve-wracking talking to you guys and trying to be engaged with the combat. I didn't get my full attention, but that's no excuse. That's no excuse for poor gameplay. Just trying to keep it real with you. Okay, so we're looking for the symbols again, just kind of like the first puzzle. Let's hope it goes a lot faster than it did the first time. Got one of them. Oh, there's the Watt. I bet if we line this tree up right here. Line one of these trees up with the Y. Oh, there it is. We did it, right?
The hell hand is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. It's already starting to take like a predictable form as far as puzzles. If both of these encounters, I mean, it would have been worth more to me the previous experience because Valravn was the god of illusions, right? So the way those puzzles worked out, I did enjoy as far as like keeping the theme of what boss we're going to be facing. But if there's similar like puzzles in this one, I don't really think it's going to be specific to that character, which kind of degrades my experience. But you know, that's just me like nitpicking. Doesn't mean I won't think well of this game at the end of our playthrough.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Okay, Truth, or Findon, as we know, didn't have a good time with the Vikings. All right, more combat. I'm digging it. Let's get that flying knee on that shield. Yeah, that worked. Switch. Let's take this guy out if we can. We got enough distance between the other enemies. Let's try to take this dude out where we can. Ooh, he knocked us down. I went for the parry. Oh! This is not looking good. Let's back up. Switch. Turn around. Okay, back up. I'm getting too aggressive with it. Shield guy's dead. Let's go for a parry. Getting too greedy with the combat. I need to slow it down. Oh, dude, okay. So this is getting beefy like I like it. We really got to think about what we're doing. This gives me like a For Honor vibe. Obviously not that detailed, you know, but I really want to get this guy with heavy. Go back. Let's go. Yeah, I really don't want to meet this guy without heavy attacks. Ooh, okay. So we had more enemies, and I'm assuming the more we go down the road of combat, the thicker it's gonna get. So I really need to learn discipline. So if I'm gonna send anything home, it's discipline on, like, you don't want to get too aggressive. Like, it's nice to know you can get aggressive as far as getting as many hits in as you can before you back up and create space. But, you know, just more food for thought.
When you see a fire gate of Surtr, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surtr.
Oh. So we can't walk through yet. Guessing we gotta set that gate on fire? I am trying to be a little more diligent as far as finding runes. Is this another fight? Dude, I'm gonna love if this is more fights. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was pretty rad.
Give you the answers you want, but you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer, because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Oh, you know we're about to get in some fight. That was pretty cool to look at as far as, like, graphically wise. That was a pretty sick animation.
The fires disappeared. It was everywhere. The pyre. Surtr is through there. He's waiting for her.
No way. Is that Surtr already? Dude, I'm already nervous.
She'll need to find another way.
Truth, sound. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it. Truth is waiting for you. It was never going to be.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surtr, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, And at the end of the world, he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Classic story of Ragnarok. Something I think even everybody is kind of loosely familiar with. You know what I mean? It is a popular apocalyptic story of like a popular pantheon, you know, in today's literature. I feel like this section is going pretty fast. I don't know if it's because I'm more used to the game now and there's not really much to what we're doing. So the combat's really nice, which does give a little variety to what we're doing. But as far as like the complexity of the game itself, it's pretty straightforward. So you would assume like the quality of what this is very much based off them as an independent company, like really sending home the graphics and a storyline, but also introducing like a pretty decent combat system.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
Okay, so the voices in our head are telling we should probably pay attention to the path so we get out of here without burning alive. That direction? I guess we'll see. I mean, we don't really know what's going to catch on fire.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surtr and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Okay, we're about to set this forest ablaze and hopefully we can get out without burning ourselves alive. You guys know how I feel about dying. And I like how we're a little more fluid with our combat now, but I was still kind of disappointed how my over-eagerness in that last exchange didn't go how I want. I mean, in a perfect world, you don't get hit, right? But, you know, that never really happens. It is games. But if I were to replay this on a harder difficulty, I'd definitely be looking for like a no-hit run.
The Northmen made fire sacrifice.
Because it just makes you feel good. Like as a gamer.
To reveal the path to Surtr. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes. But they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Okay, let's not get burned alive. Oh, come on. Run, Senua, run. Oh, gosh. Don't get us. Don't get us. I can't run any faster. Oh, no. Woo.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me! I am alone.
Oh, we gotta find another puzzle? Can we go inside some of these houses? How rad would that be? Dude, I am really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, even though my instincts are telling me it's not gonna happen. Like if we got to use multiple weapons, you know what I mean? Like say we found an axe, dude, I'm always a huge fan of an axe. You're gonna hear me in every series forward. If I have an axe, especially one you can throw, like, come on. And the theme is there. The theme is there. Like, we deserve an axe. We deserve an axe.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surtr will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Not much to this building. I would love to be surprised, though. If there's anything up there. You know what? I always have... We probably need to see the puzzle. Because this is probably like something we have to do to see the symbols. And I just have a natural instinct to explore first. I don't know. I mean, I felt like when I was younger... in the older generation of games, searching first was really a benefit because you could uncover, you know, hidden items that you wouldn't, like, you used to encounter the part in the story where they explained you need this item, and it would always benefit for you to go out and search because when you come to that point in the story, you'd already have the item. But I feel like with the new games nowadays, they spoon feed a lot of stuff to you. So, like, at the end of the day, I feel like I waste my time with some of those older gaming instincts, which is, it's kind of a sad day for me. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a skill you inherit, and then you realize as time goes on that skill might not be relevant anymore. And, you know, I might just be a dinosaur trying to hang on, but it still is a little bit sad. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Yeah, the game does baby you a little bit, which is okay because I don't want to really want these puzzles as far as like what they're presenting to us. Like, I don't want to be stuck here for 10 minutes for a puzzle this basic. You know, it doesn't really, like, if I got stuck here for 15 minutes over this puzzle that brings not a lot of context to the game, it'd be pretty irritating to me. Oh, hold on. There we go. All right. Are we about to fight Surtr? Is that what's real? All right. We made it for the first 2 times, not getting burned alive. And I'm not gonna lie, like, if you get, like, if it is possible, I mean, I'm sure it is possible for you to die here, but I'd be pretty annoyed. Like, this is the type of thing, like, if I died on a sequence like this, it would make this playthrough pretty annoying to me, which ultimately would probably affect my opinion of the entire game. But like I said, I'm not trying to be too harsh, but, you know, the replayability of this game might be lowered as far as, you know, what the general gameplay is like, because, you know, other than the combat, and maybe if I wanted to soak in the story more, if I just really enjoyed it, like, I'd be about it. But as far as, like, replaying all these parts, you know, there's not much to it. We go through the house? Oh no. Go up the stairs. Maybe jump down. Oh, this is no time to fall. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, we didn't cut it. What is happening? Whoa! We need to kill these guys quick. I thought the game was glitching out or something. Run. Dude, that actually surprised me. I really enjoyed that sequence.
Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears.
Raise your word and cry!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
That was cool. They spiced it up a little bit. I like that. Just when I was being critical about the game, it always happens, right? Like, when you voice, you're like, oh, maybe I should give it a stronger chance.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surtr. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
I bet if you really wanted to, you could probably get close to an area where the runes pop up on your screen and just kind of spam it, like hold it around, and you'd end up finding the puzzle. See, these are the kind of things I'm trying to make you guys aware of. I mean, you know, I just don't want to play games so you guys get to see the game. I also want to like explain how my thought process goes when I play the game, and I'm willing to bet you guys are the same. I mean, we're all gamers, right? I think that's one right there. Oh, it's close. Oh, rune! Good thing we did explore. But it's in here somewhere.
The Northmen say that what we see as a rainbow is the bridge that goes from the world of men to the world of the gods. For now, they say the frost giants and the mountain giants cannot cross it. But they say that when Ragnarok comes, not a thing in this world will be safe. The Rainbow Bridge will break under the onslaught of the fire giants riding on flaming steeds. Senua, I have seen the fire of Surtr spread far and wide, and to our lands. Ragnarok is coming.
This is kind of curious because he said he shed shed his gods, right? Like he's like more or less, I wouldn't say an atheist, but he set aside his belief in the god system for more like self-reliance, but yet he believes in what the Vikings believe. I don't know, because it has like, it's physically affecting the world, but oh, there it is. Well, that one just stood out, right? Unless we got to look at it from down there. Probably, right? How dumb.
Senua,
Where's the path? Straight forward.
and escape my darkness. And so can you.
I mean, I can't see any other way than, I mean, maybe we'll get in some fights on the way there, but it's a straight shot.
Run, Senua! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop! Run, Senua! Run!
We're on fire. We're on fire.
She's dying.
This is brutal. No way. That has to be part of the game. Like the first, no way we just died.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this?
Is that Dillian?
We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that.
It's the first time we're hearing Dillian's voice.
Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Is this the fight? Dude. Whoa. Okay, we're fighting. This is sick.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight now.
Okay, gamers, let's see if we can do this. Shake it off. Let's go. Okay. That block did not count for shit. Back up. Get in there. Ooh. Do I interrupt him? Oh, he's powering up. Okay. Get in there, guys. Let's go. Let's go. We're handling this guy. Ooh. Dude, we're just bringing the pain right now. Oh, got greedy. Oh, no, 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 no. Get up, Senua. Get up. Get in there. Come on. Get in. Yes. I could have not have picked a better way to send home what I was trying to emphasize at the beginning of this episode. We learned the combat and we just decimated that boss. I mean, I couldn't have been happier to the outcome. First try, got hit maybe twice.
A greater battle
Come on.
its place.
We out here, gamers.
But so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have. To find your answers. Your quest. Your truth.
I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I mean, we killed it. We're already understanding how this game pretty much works. I really hope this isn't a repetitive process for when we go through the gates of hell. I really hope they kind of change up the puzzles and how we just navigate from like scene to scene to unlock doors. I mean, that could use some improvement, although this could just be like this part of the game, like a two-tiered system to unlock the door to hell, and then we get a little more variety, a little more enemies. But as far as the combat system, I feel like we have it nailed down. I hope you guys took some of the information I provided to you to include it in your own gameplay. So, I mean, not to like mirror my style or anything, but just so you get to enjoy the game for what it is a little bit more. I mean, as you can see, we're now bridging into the territory of more enjoying the story and less being challenged by the combat. Now, I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm sure we're going to come across something that may challenge us, but our learning from the previous 2 episodes to apply to the challenges the game is throwing in front of us, I mean, it paid its dividends 10 times over. The story is pretty much unfolding how we think it is. We're learning more about Senua's past. We're navigating our path to hell with haste given our expertise in the combat system now. What did surprise me is that departure from Druth. I'm not sure if we're going to see him in the future anytime soon, but that last little dialogue between him and Senua kind of implied that his time in our journey is over. Maybe we're switching over to maybe Dillian's impact on Senua in her journey now that she's going to be transitioning over to the threshold of hell. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Everybody who's old to the channel, anybody who's new to the channel, you are always welcomed. I'm just another gamer. Save a gamer, save a life. I'll check you on that next episode.